I love animals. I would not want to cause them any harm at all, unless I was forced to fight one in the wild. Welcome to part 3 of which animals could a human beat up in a one-on-one battle. There have been an overwhelming amount of people desperate to know if me, a fighter with limited fighting skills, can take on the world's toughest animals. So let's see which animals we have available for battle today. As mentioned in the previous battles, I will be giving each animal a beatability score based on how easy it would be to defeat that animal, with 100 being, yes, I'm guaranteed to win against that animal does not have any chance against me. 0 being, it's just impossible for me to win, why am I even bothering fighting at all? And 50 being the midpoint, so it's 50-50. I could win on some occasions, and the animal could also win half the time as well. Now that we have the rules in place, let's bring on the animals. Cow. Cows are big creatures, I have to give them that, but unlike their male counterparts, they're not aggressive. This gives me a massive advantage in combat because it means that I can be the aggressor and I can dictate how the fight will go. To my knowledge, I don't think cows have that much fighting ability. All they can really do is charge. If they do end up charging at me, I can just simply dodge out the way and then I can just throw some really powerful jabs at its side and damage its body. With enough punches, the cow should become injured and will be too injured to carry on fighting, and it might even just collapse to the floor because of the amount of sustained punches that I can just give it, like this. I reckon in the fight it will possibly go to the end of round 2 before the cow gets defeated. So on the beatability score, I give the cow a 91. I think it should just be a pretty straightforward victory for me, and I should just be able to knock out the cow. Goldfish. You'll probably assume that I'll win this fight with a simple bicycle kick to the goldfish's head. Well, I'm afraid these creatures are actually more dangerous than you think. The goldfish is slippery. It will easily just dodge my punches and kicks. Therefore, my aim will just be to wear it down in the later rounds by doing constant headbutts like this, because I can just do this all day. It's my signature move. However, the goldfish does have one really dangerous maneuver that could cost me the entire match. This is, of course, with its ability to choke me from the inside. All it needs to do is to swim inside my mouth and lodge itself in my throat. There, I'll be unable to defend myself and it will end up winning the match by asphyxiation. Therefore, this match could easily go either way. On the beatability score, I will have to give the goldfish a 50. I think on some occasions I'll be easily able to beat up the fish, and on other days it will just destroy me. So I think 50 is a fair score. Tiger. Tigers are just large cats. A normal sized cat I could probably take on, but if that was scaled up, that would end up being a bit more tricky, in my opinion. Tigers can apparently scratch with their claws, bite with their jaws. They can weigh up to 500 pounds. They can grow up to 2.2 meters tall and can travel about 30 miles per hour. So tigers are bigger than me, they weigh more, they move more quickly, they can bite better than I can, and they have bigger nails than I do. I have to be honest, I don't fancy my chances in this battle. They do have a tail, so my best chance will be to grab onto its tail and then fling it round until it gets really dizzy, and once it's really dizzy then hopefully it will just pass out from being flung around too much. once it's knocked out from all the dizziness, then I will simply be free to just ground and pound, and that will be my road to victory. Solely because I do actually have the potential to win this fight, on the beatability score, I'm going to give the tiger a 38. I do think the tiger will win this one, but I do have the possibility of turning the tables with its exposed tail. King Cobra. This is a snake that is full of venom, but that's all it's got really. Sure, it can bite me, but what else is it gonna do? I don't think it can whip its tail at me, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any arms or legs, so I don't need to worry about any flying knees coming my way. Also, let's just say that the king cobra does manage to bite me. How will I react to the venom? I could just be completely immune to it, or it might even make me more aggressive, so I can just take down the snake even faster. I think this has to be one of the easiest fights of my career. Therefore, on the beatability scale, I have to give the king cobra a score of 96. I just think it has absolutely no chance, in my opinion. Emperor penguin. The final animal that I'll be facing today is the penguin, but not just any penguin. This is the emperor penguin, the biggest of its species. This makes it a formidable opponent. I don't think it can fly, so it has that in common with me, and it also walks upright on two legs. I have also been known to do that in the past as well. It also has flappy arms, as do I. So we have a lot in common, and at this stage it seems to be a very fair fight. However, the biggest difference between myself and the penguin is that it lives in the snow and I live away from the snow, inside. If we fight on its turf, it does have a massive advantage. It can slide tackle me on the ice, it can dive head first at me, and it could throw a cheeky snowball. I would end up retaliating, but I don't want to get my hand wet. So it has a variety of ways in which it can beat me up. Also, it can swim quite well, so it can just use the tactic of grabbing hold of me and then dragging me to the water, and then just pulling me under the water, and then possibly using a rear naked choke on me, and I could end up passing out. The way I could win is if we end up fighting on neutral ground, such as the desert. There I could throw 2 to 3 devastating punches before heat exhaustion kicks in and I end up collapsing to the ground. That should be just enough to win. Therefore, on the beatability scale, taking all of this into consideration, I'm going to have to give the Emperor Penguin a beatability score of 35. I think there's a lot more possibilities for the Emperor Penguin to win, particularly if we end up fighting in an area that favours the penguin, such as Antarctica or 200 meters deep down in the ocean. And that completes my predictions for these upcoming fights. Do you agree with these beatability scores? Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you any footage of myself fighting these animals on camera because some of the animals are just a bit too shy, such as the tiger, and other animals such as the goldfish just outright refuse to be on camera, just wouldn't give consent at all, and we tried so many times, but there's just nothing we can do. If there are any other animals that you would like to see me fight, then please do let me know, and I will see if I can successfully predict who will win. Until then, I'm going to see if I can get into the mindset of some of these animals to help me improve my chances of winning against them. So, I'll catch you all later. Goodbye. I'm a snake now.